Hey guys, so I'm going to try to start this YouTube channel. I'm not really sure how this is going to go or what it's going to be about yet, but just wanted to get this little intro out of the way. I bought a 400ex for 500 bucks, and I've been slowly working on it over the last month and a half, trying to get it back together. It ran when I bought it, and everything worked. It just smoked, and I heard kind of a knocking noise that I didn't really understand what it was. So I took it apart as much as I felt comfortable, which was basically just taking the plastics off. So took the plastics off and kind of just dove into it from there. Took the carburetor off, kind of deep cleaned the carb with some carb cleaner in a gallon, which actually is over there in that corner right there. The garage is kind of a mess right now because of all the work I've been doing on it. So from there, I cleaned the car, bought a couple things for it, nothing really fancy. I did not have a oil tank, an oil reservoir. It did, but the bottom bung where the drain bolt is was busted and broken out. So I basically had to order a new one and was on back ordered forever, and finally got one in. That took about 2.5 weeks, and once I did, I got it running, and I drove it around for about, I would say, 15 minutes. Me and my buddy were driving it around, and I started noticing some knocking noises, and he said it was smoking. So I did a bunch of research, got on a TRX forum, and found out basically from just reading past stuff that the timing chain, sorry it's so dark in here, it's kind of late, I think it's like 8:30 right now. The timing chain was loose in here, so it was basically slapping. I tested the manual cam chain tensioner, or the automatic cam chain tensioner, sorry, not manual. I tested it while it was running. I tightened it as much as I could, and the knocking noise went away. So basically it was just the chain slapping the, I guess, something in here. I'm not really sure. So I ordered a new chain, got that on order. It's supposed to be here tomorrow. There's the old one actually hanging on the back of the bike. I don't know if you can see that. But took everything apart, got that cleaned out this, there's a, I don't know if you know, there is a filter. I'll have to show you guys in a different light once it's more light outside, different time of day. There's a filter anyway, the bottom of the case of the actual motor that you can take out, but only when you crack the side over here where the clutch is. And once you crack that off, you can get to a little, it's like a screen on the bottom over there. And you can clean that out, which I did that. Nothing, a couple of metal shavings in it, not too bad. I also ordered a new cylinder. This is the old one, and a new piston. The piston was a little loose in the cylinder, so I just wanted to get that taken care of. I just bought some eBay stuff, some cheap Chinese stuff, and I'm sure it's hopefully will be okay. This full was for 500 bucks, and I just want to be able to get it running basically. The brake needs a new rear brake, got that ordered. Other than that, oh, it does have a bent tie rod up here, the left side. See if I can show you guys. The left side is bent a little. Sorry, it's so dark, it's so hard to see. It's not really changing, but I'll have to show you guys in better light. Maybe I'll put that in the footage later. But we'll see how this goes. Gonna try to finish it out Saturday. Today is Wednesday, so hopefully that'll be taken care of and that'll be all done. This is the first little video I'm gonna do. Alright, see you Saturday. When I first got this 400, this seat cover was non-existent and the foam was ripped and torn a little, so I attempted to cover it myself and fill the foam up. I watched another guy on YouTube cut a chunk out like this and then fill it up with other foam. And that's what I did just from Walmart. Just bought some cheap stuff, went to Hobby Lobby and bought some marine vinyl and cut the chunk out, filled it in with the new foam, covered it with a sheet of 1/2 inch foam. That way it kind of stayed even all the way across, and then struggled for a while to put the new vinyl up, but it worked. So okay, so I kind of forgot to mention some of these things last night. It's the next morning. I got a new chain and both rear and front sprockets. I changed the rear sprocket from a 38, which is stock, to a 39, and the front sprocket from a 15, which is stock, to a 14. There was a couple leaks through the, I guess you would call them oil seals, around the shifter right here, and the front sprocket right there. There's a little seal right there, and I basically just pulled them out, used a screw. You can actually see them, they're right there. It took a while for me to get those out of there, and it was kind of a pain, but I got them out and got the new ones in, so hopefully it seals it pretty good and stops the leak. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to tell until I fill it back up with oil, which I won't be able to do until I get everything back put together. I also put a new starter on it. The starter was bad, and I've gone through, this is my second solenoid that I've put back on it. So, also, when I took apart the carburetor, I put in a rebuild kit. Basically just new gaskets and a couple new jets, I guess they are. One was the same factory size, which I think is a 138 as the main, and the pilot I bumped up from a 40 to a 42, or a 38 to a 42. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'll have to look. I'm going to buy a rejet kit for it and put a bigger main in eventually, but just haven't got that far yet. This is the cheap top-end rebuild kit I bought for it off eBay. And it comes with a little gasket kit, and then a piston and a cylinder. Here's the rings. This was all in plastic already. I just put it all back in. It looks alright. It's pretty scuffed up, but I'm not sure if that matters. I have no knowledge prior to this about rebuilding a motor or doing anything to a motor in general, so we'll see how it goes. Here's the cylinder. I mean, it looks alright, and I guess we'll see how it goes. It was only $70 for this entire kit, and you know, most of them are a lot more expensive than that, so we'll see how it goes.